And now, of course, black is going to attack, finally. Black played f5, which is a very nice move, because of course the king is a little bit weak on h2, a little bit exposed if black plays, let's say, f4. So f4 is indeed a strong threat, so white needs to take, which is a very good move, because of course if g takes, trying to opening up the position, just queen takes h5 is winning a piece. So after e takes, bishop takes f5, black is attacking the rook on b1, so white is calmly playing rook a1, and yes, white's threat is to play g4, winning a piece, or maybe if white is afraid of something, he can play first a3, so the black's queen is moving to some less dangerous square, and then g4, winning a piece. So here is a very important moment, because when I was a kid and I saw this game in a book, they said the next move for black is a dubious move. But today I see the game and I don't think this is a dubious move or a bluff or anything like that. Why? Because I believe the next move is the only move for black to stay in the game and play for something. The move is knight f4, which was supposed to be let's say a desperate try or something just to confuse Botvinnik, but indeed this is not an easy move to refute at the board. At home with a chess engine with all the time you can refute it, or more or less, but in the board seated against Tal, he was sometimes playing really fast. It is not easy. So what's happening? Of course, black is sacrificing a pawn. I mean a piece, a full piece more or less for a pawn. So after g takes, e takes, now the bishop in g7 has some good squares on the diagonal, but it is enough. I mean, of course now bishop d2 is forced. Hello everyone, this is International Master Fernando Valenzuela from Chess Strategies 1. Today we will talk about attacking with the King's Indian defense. Before that, let me remind you to like, share and subscribe Chess Strategies 1. That is everything for today. See you next time. So now after bishop d2, of course black is going to play some active move. Here white needed to play another move, not bishop d2, but a3. Now, for example, if queen b3, then bishop takes a7, and yeah, this is I mean super complicated, but after b6, just a4, and white is sort of winning with a very precise play. But now things are not that easy, because if bishop takes, then queen a5. Now black has this square and the white bishop is trapped on a7. So bishop d2 is already a mistake, a very natural move, of course. I'm pretty sure everyone is going to play bishop d2 here, but it's a mistake. Why? Because after, let's say, bishop e5, black position is super nice, but okay, he played queen takes, which is again a move that you can refute at home, but sitting at the board against tal is a different history. So now white played rook a b1. As you can see, there is a bishop on f5, so white is giving up some material just to be in the game, because here black is threatening bishop e5, bishop takes c3 of course, and there are some pins. It is difficult. Let's say if white plays this, then queen e5, and after, let's say, queen takes, bishop takes, black is threatening both f3 and bishop takes, so this is lost for white. That's why here he give up some material, and tal plays f3, which is again a move which complicates everything. Now Botvinnik played rook takes, which is a horrible blunder, but who can blame Botvinnik for playing such a blunder in such a complicated position? Here the good move was bishop takes f3, and after bishop takes, rook takes, and queen c2, which is a position you will say it is hard to evaluate because black has every piece in action and he's not really behind in material. But after rook c1, queen f5, and bishop g4, white is already winning an exchange back, so this will be winning for white. Maybe nowadays stronger masters are going to defend better, but at that times the art of defense was not fully developed as today. So Botvinnik, one of the greatest players of the whole chess history, is making a horrible blunder by playing rook takes b2. I will say this is maybe one of the worst blunders ever seen by Botvinnik. So rook takes b2, now just taking the queen, and after rook b3, rook d4, black is not really behind in material because the pawn on e2 is so strong. So bishop e1, bishop check, king g1, and now bishop f4. And you can see that white position is so difficult to play. I mean, if you play something like this, just to not lose the rook, black can play rook takes, c3, rook takes, and rook d1, and yeah, black is just winning because he's taking the rook on a1, and there is no good moves because here, of course, black has queen on the board. So here he plays knight takes c2, and after rook takes, white took the rook on d4. But here there is some material balance, but the king is so weak and the bishop pair is so strong, so this is just winning. Bishop e4, knight e2, bishop a5, bishop e5. Just look at the position. I mean, black domination is full. So f4, and yeah, the rest of the game is not really important, but the ending is winning because of everything: material, activity, and the weak position of white king. So yes, Tal went on to win this without any problem. And it is, of course, a little bit weird because this is not what we expect when we see an attack in the king's Indian. But what I want to tell you is that in pretty much every variation, black has some potential to make an attack. The next game we are going to see is a very, very nice game played between Anatoly Karpov and Garry Kasparov in 1991. This game is a classic. I mean, Karpov and Kasparov played a lot of King's Indian, always Kasparov being black. Karpov was a very principled player. I mean, he really was playing for an advantage and playing the moves he thought there were the most strong moves on the position. This is a very good theoretical duel. So the game went d4, knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, e4, d6, just as the game we've seen before. And now e5, which is again the most principled move, and after short castle, just knight c6. White played d5, knight e7, and now knight d2. So, do you remember the first game between Mark Taimanov and Miguel Najdorf? White played knight e1, and the idea was, of course, playing something like this, and attacking on the queen side. But now, what's the difference? Okay, the difference is that now the attack is far stronger. I mean, if here black plays knight e8, then before f5, and black is under problems after c5, because now white has this square for the knight. So this attack against d6 will be super strong. I mean, black is really under a big pressure, and I don't believe he's going to survive the attack on the queen side, because white pieces are better placed. I mean, if you compare this knight here and this knight on e1 just waiting for knight d3, which is not really an active square, you will see that knight d2 and then knight c4 is superior. So now black needs to think a little bit, not to play in the most straightforward way, because it is not really the best idea. So he played a5, which is a move with it may have some problems because it weakens this square, but okay, this is the best way to play, because it slows down the attack of white. So after rook b1, which is again a normal move, just of course trying to play a3 and b4 without the pin on the a file. Knight d7, now black is going to attack in the most normal way.